माईक दोन्ही माईक.
A very good afternoon to all of you. श्री गणेश गांवकर म्हजो मित्र कलीग आणि आमदार सावड्डे मतदारसंघाचो तसोच गोवा टुरिजमाचो डिरेक्टर बाब सुनील हांचेपकार आमचो TTAGचो अध्यक्ष बाब अजित सुकीच्या स्कॉलाचो बाब विवेक आमचे बाय दिना आमचो स्वताचो डिपार्टमेंटाचो डिरेक्टर बाब सुनील हांचेपकार हांगा उपस्थित वेगळे वेगळे इंडस्ट्रीचे लिडर्स आयचे दोन्ही बर्थडे बॉयज निलेश आणि बॉनी इंडस्ट्रीचे वेगळे वेगळे कॅप्टन्स पत्रकार भाव इलेक्ट्रॉनिक मीडिया भाव आणि भयणीनो फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट अ हॅपी वर्ल्ड टुरिझम डे टू ऑल ऑफ यू and all of us who are here present along with Dr. Ganesh Gaonkar, we are honored and privileged to be a part of this August function. Whenever we come and have some things organized along with TTAG as we celebrate the World Tourism Day, it gives a lot of food for thought for the journey that we have come together collaboratively in the last 2.5 years. Coming in as a tourism minister under Dr. Pramod Sawant's government, we needed to start thinking differently because we felt there was a scope for a lot more things to happen and Goa needed to be explored much better because tourism in the sense not only is the economic churner but also the employment churner for Goa. After mining had stopped, we needed to actually have a proper focus on it. COVID learnings did give the industry a lot of food for thought, whether it came as UK or whether it came as Russia, the bilaterals or the war. And we knew that as the tourist looks at revenge tourism, we need to do a lot more to ensure that he comes here and looks at Goa at its best. Goa has been a preferred destination. And as I was coming towards Nandanvan, we had an interview with Rupesh Sawant of Goa News Hub. And he was asking me a very small question which had a big answer. He says, Goa tourism is already there. Why does tourism department even have to talk about it? Tourism just sells. So does the department really need to do work around it? So my answer was very simple. That from the 60s when the hippies came down to the journey here, it has been part of successive governments, successive stakeholders working together to what Goa has been here today. And we need to acknowledge the contributions done by whoever has been in the past as presidents or who has been their stakeholders in their own way, ensuring that they promote Goa to what Goa is coming as a preferred destination. Today we talk about a journey ahead and we realize that Goa is not only about the coast, Goa is not only about the party life and we need to explore Goa better. So we started this language of Goa beyond beaches. We started talking about quality over quantity and very clearly with a very long-term vision plan we announced the thought of regenerative tourism, the first in the country. And as we talk about regenerative tourism, we are also working on the pillars built around regenerative tourism. We are talking about the economy, we are talking about the environment, we are talking about the society. And it is a vision document. Sometimes you have some critics asking you, you have spoken about regenerative tourism, what has happened? I think all of you all will agree that collaboratively, whether it's the director of the department or the minister or the chairman, has been continuously talking with various stakeholders. We recognize them as the ambassadors and we are here not only to give our thoughts but we are here to take your thoughts, take the good suggestions, work constructively and ensure that as we find challenges happening coming to us, we are able to also create opportunities. Tourism has to be inclusive. This is a part of regenerative tourism. We need to explore more verticals. So we started with ecotourism. We started with talking about hinterland. We started talking about wellness, we started talking about adventure, we started talking about our culinary, we started talking about MICE, we started talking about conferences. we started talking about weddings and a lot more. So as we start building stories around each, we need to ensure that the new tourism services come. We need to see that we explore new markets. We need to see that new infrastructure comes in. And along with the center, under our Honorable Prime Minister's vision, we have also started taking advantage of the double engine Sarkar for various schemes like Swadesh Darshan, the Prashad scheme, and many more. The Prashad scheme gave a sanction of about 16. The Prashad scheme gave a sanction of about 16.4 crores, which we are utilizing to improvise the infrastructure at Old Goa as the exposition comes in. We are talking about the Swadesh Darshan scheme, where one scheme we are talking about improvising the coastal circuit in the south, and the second scheme we are talking about improvising the rural circuit in the north. So as we look at north and south, I keep saying that the two airports have been boon to us. We are pretty sure that we are going to keep both of them live, but we need to create new markets. The last assembly saw a lot of questions on tourism, and we were apt to answer. We were very clear and transparent on what we are doing. I have played a role of opposition for the last almost 8 or 10 years of my journey, and we very well know what are junkets and what are serious businesses. We have been putting a hand out and saying that we need to talk, we need to move, we need to meet, and we need to connect to newer markets. We need to connect to emerging markets. We need to connect and say that Goa as a destination has much more to explore. We have been talking about our stalls which come with AR, VR experiences. We are talking about our culinary. We are talking about our Feni as a ODOP. We are talking about much more things than what we have been doing in the past. We have been getting awards and recognition as the best stalls internationally and nationally, because we are trying to reposition the way we have been in this competitive market. Countries have started exploring tourism, and we have to acknowledge that these countries, which were having conservative thoughts in the past, have started moving out of the box, thinking out of the box. If I take Saudi for example, they are talking about the Red Sea, they are talking about the Mirror Corridor, they are talking about new avenues, they are talking about changing their attire, they are talking about opening liquor to the tourist. I feel that we should come out of this thought of hypocrisy very strongly. Ami Goikar. And I strongly believe that we Goans are very proud of our roots and what we have. All is that we need to showcase it. We believe in Atithi Devo Bhava, and it is not only that we talk about it, we showcase it. And you are the people who are the ambassadors to showcase this. You are the leaders in your own way to ensure that you all start getting the business and the rest opportunities for the ecosystem, the economics, and creating that particular environment for creating the right employment. We have started skilling, reskilling, upskilling. We have started talking about opportunities which can create better ecosystem. Today we are putting our hand out and we are just saying, let's collaborate, let's work together. There will be challenges in every aspect. Being critical about it and constructively putting suggestions are two parts. The opposition definitely will play a role of saying, why do we need tours? We need to connect. I don't know how many of you all will agree. But market dependence on UK and Russia in the past, people like Ernest and all know it better. We have to slowly come out of the thought of charters and move into FITs, move into quality over quantity. Gone are those days. We keep talking about 1.5 million population and a 1 crore tourist traffic, and we feel we are very happy about it. But I feel we need to transit slowly and say, let the numbers be smaller. We need the right economics. Let the people who come here spend. Let the people who come here start giving the Goans the business they want. Coming here on a package. Somebody asked me whether casino tourism helps. I said casino and tourism are two different aspects. The people who come for casinos need not be tourists. But the people who come as tourists may have an itinerary of the casino in their normal conventional travel itinerary. Now this is the difference. And we need to strongly start rethinking about various aspects. I'm happy that from Nilesh to Ajit, the whole team and both the captains have worked diligently along with the departments. They have been critical at times, they have collaborated at times, they have given their thought at times. We have been talking to each, whether it's Ernest, whether it's the rest of the team. But I will acknowledge that these are the people who have been helping the tourism industry at large on behalf of all of you all to make Goa a better place. This year's World Tourism Day talks about the theme of tourism and peace. Today we are talking about something which was unspoken. Today we are saying that tourism is the only part which can allow to foster peace across the globe, across the world, across the country and across the state. And that is where I call upon, you might be opposition, you might be somebody else, but as Goa is concerned, whether it's media, social media or whoever, we need to be responsible. As we call for responsible tourism, we need to play a role of being responsible ourselves. Social media has become a very easy tool. Somebody going on a car, in a car, a reel comes out that somebody is acting irresponsibly. We acknowledge it. We need responsible tourism. But at the same time, a small reel of 4 tourists out of 1 crore tourists, the reel which comes out gives a bad image for the state of Goa. We need to be more responsible. I remember Japan when it had a tsunami, nobody knew about what actually happened. No papers carried it, nothing happened. We knew there was a large disaster come there, something like a tsunami. First time we heard that what is tsunami about, what is a tsunami. But the world never knew actually because the media was controlled. I do not take this thing that the media shouldn't take it wrong. But at the same time, we need to collaborate, we need to work together and ensure that the ecosystem runs right. A lot of plans will be in the offing, a lot of things will be coming in. We have been working on it, our director also has been working on it regarding policies, many more things. The bill which came in, a lot was spoken about. It was a draft bill. It never went through a cabinet, it went through a pre-legislative approach and was kept open in the public domain. The request from the industry came that it shouldn't be taken up for the assembly. We need to discuss it. We have kept a status quo. We have kept it where it is. We have expected things to come and put it across. If somebody wants it, it will go ahead. And I have told our Chief Minister the same thing. This bill was recognizing the gaps which tourism industry wanted as a support. If they want it, let us do it. If they do not want it, we'll hold it. We have nothing to do. Government is a facilitator. But tourism is no longer a department, it's an industry, it's an economy, and we have to acknowledge that part, that anything goes wrong, Ganesh Gaonkar or Rowan County comes in the frame saying that, or Sunil comes in the frame, ki tourism. We agree. But then the gaps also need to be addressed to proper legislation. And that exactly is what we came with the draft bill. We will be talking to the stakeholders. If the stakeholders need to tune it, they have to tune it. And as we talk about stakeholders, I should say that this World Tourism Day, when our department is organized, we have acknowledged every stakeholder. The World Tourism Day with TTAG is celebrated here. And I'm happy that we came here all the way from the conventional hotels in the cities to this particular lovely farm in the Nandanvan of Deepak, which gives a very clear message that collaboratively the industry also is talking about the theme of ecotourism. Thanks Deepak, thanks Ajit, and to your entire team for having come all the way to Nandanvan to explore this place and also say that we are for ecotourism. There will be much more opportunities like this which will come our way. We need to do it. There is a battle ahead. It is not that we will remain as a preferred destination if we just sit on our seats and do nothing. We'll have to keep moving. We'll have to keep doing things rightly. There will be things which we'll need to discuss, and we are open for discussions in every opportunity that is better for the tourism industry. As facilitators, we are not getting into the mold of doing business. Neither do we want to come into any businesses. And that's what we have been vocal in the last couple of days. First time when we have had meetings, taking every stakeholder into confidence. This time Sunil organized the first day along with IHM, along with SCOL. I think TTAG, they came together and they organized this Goicha Swad. I should recognize these people because they are the people who started giving this culinary a start. We have said that every year the department will support 4 such events, now 2 in the north, 2 in the south, collaborating with the hotel industry to ensure that आमचे गोंयचे स्वाद, what is our गोंयकारपण and what is our गोंयचो जेवण is showcased in different forms to the tourist. Second, we have had meetings with the water sports operators, the shack operators, the restaurant association, the association of wellness, the association of adventure. We have recognized them as ambassadors who have also been part to promote tourism in the long run. We have assured them that this business will not get out of anybody but will always remain with traditional Goans where some insecurity sometimes is created by opposition or somebody saying that water sports आणि शेकाचो धंदो भायल्यांकडून दिवंक सोदता. हो सरकार ठाम आसा along with Dr. Pramod Sawant that we are not allowing any person from outside to come into our traditional business of water sports and shack. But at the same time, we have requested them that as per High Court or otherwise, the queue systems have to start properly, transparently, because regulations are the call of the day. Then yesterday was a big day for us, where Ajit and the team was also part of the morning with behave with the Yuva clubs. It's a proud moment for us to say that we almost have 1,000+ ambassadors spread across every school and college in Goa. We recognize them as ambassadors. Sunil yesterday arranged to launch the scheme for facilitators program. 12th standard being facilitators was always a scheme from the center. पण हांगा गोंयकार 12वी जाली की government job चडसो सोदता or looks for other opportunities, do not get into the guide or facilitator programs. These programs, which will give benefit for 8th standard plus with a proper refreshing course and skilling, will allow the young fellow to be an entrepreneur and start promoting Goa in its own way, unique way. The Yuva website was launched, and this theme of Goa Yuvas being ambassadors has been recognized. And I would say this, when this Yuva idea is coming and the Goicha Swat came in, we have to remember our own Vincent Ramos. Dina is here with us today, and her smile, I just told her, I said, when you smile, it makes up for everything. Although Vincent is no longer with us, it allows us to remember and acknowledge your presence. When you're there, he's there, and your smile says it all. That man had been there. If he was here today, he would have been the happiest fellow. That as we saw the openings of the Yuva clubs, if we had seen the openings of the culinary areas, which he was very passionate about the whole industry and always working towards Goa and Goans, I think it would have been there. But the right tribute for him was a department acknowledging by getting the scholarships right. The two young minds who have been given the scholarship, heartiest congratulations to you all. We acknowledge your efforts, recognition, and the certificate and the award given to you is just a stepping stone to your career. Wish you guys all the best. Dina, we are always there with you. We have said it in the past, we will always be around. The tourism industry and myself in person, with the relation I had with Vincent, we are with you in good and bad times. Anytime you call, we will be there. I should thank Ajit and his whole team for having organized this wonderful.
Yes, you should thank us for organizing Nandanvan.
I would thank Ajit, and Ajit says, not me, better take Anna's name. At the highest program, Anna's So, thank you, MS, for organizing this event in a lovely place like Nandanvan, which you got it and gave a very clear message of Goa beyond beaches. Thank you. Deo Bare Karo. Jai Hind, Jai Gamanta.